What's up, guys? It's Finn. It's been a hot minute since I posted a video to my personal channel, and I've gotten a lot of new friends and a lot of new subscribers that I want to thank. And also apologize to for not uploading as regularly as I'd like. So this is going to be kind of a long video, so settle in and listen up. So I've been living in Washington after moving back from Oregon for 3 weeks, almost, well, a month. It'll be a month this week. And I've been working at the funeral home. And actually that's why I'm dressed up right now, is because I have a funeral today. And I've been learning everything about the business. Every single thing that there is to know, I have been learning. Still looking for a part-time job, but there are lots of places here that are hiring, so I'm not really worried. I live in an awesome house with two pretty cool roommates, and I live closer to my partner, which is also awesome. She doesn't have to commute an hour each way to hang out, and I really like that. I feel like it's less of a problem for her to come see me now, and we have a little more freedom as to what we can do. And I think our relationship is probably getting better because the distance isn't a factor anymore. Even still, you know, only an hour can still affect a relationship, from what I've learned. And absence doesn't always make the heart grow fonder. Sometimes it can make issues already present in the relationship a little bit worse, and I think maybe that was the case with us, but I don't know. It's useless to speculate about that stuff now. My mom was in the hospital again for a brief period, and that was pretty scary. I actually got to see her and my dad. After Turandot closed, they drove me up to Kelso, which is where I am now. And I got to spend some time with them, and that was really nice because I don't get to see them that often. And I kind of feel this need to go home because my grandfather's not doing that well either. And I think it's probably safe to say that that I'm the closest to him out of all of his grandchildren because I see him the most, and when I go to town to visit, I always set aside time to go to his Rotary meetings with him. And that's been really important for my relationship with my grandfather. He's a very soft-spoken man, and I've had some really awesome conversations with him that I wouldn't have otherwise had I not made that time for him. So the prospect of losing him is very frightening to me, and I want to make the most of the time I have left. And I want to spend time with my mom and my dad, so I will probably go home soon. I disclosed to my mom that I'm trans. For those of you who don't know, it happened about a week ago, and she was okay with it. I don't think she really understood everything, but I explained the name change and top surgery and all the things that I want to do in my transition, and she seemed okay with it. I'm of the school of I knew since I was 3, so she totally understood from what I gather from that conversation I had with her. It was very strange. It was a very difficult night. My partner was leaving for Hawaii for a week. And there was a little bit of drama surrounding that, so I just felt so empty that she was leaving. And it's not any creepy codependence. There's more to the situation than that, but you know, I don't want to air everybody's dirty laundry on here. So but I had been trying to come out to my mom all week. And I was feeling so down about my partner leaving that I finally just tore down that wall and told my mom. And I don't have any regrets about having done that. My family is the kind of family who receives information like this, and then either they'll talk about it amongst themselves or they'll just kind of sweep it under the rug, which is fine. But they have a tendency to not deal with things like this, and that's okay. I feel like people should deal with it on their own time, and as long as I get it out and tell them, then I feel great about myself, that I was honest with the people in my life who care about me, and that's all I care about. So that was an interesting experience. And my sister is also more on board with it too, which I think is cool. And I changed my, this is really inconsequential to most people, but I changed my gender on Facebook to male. So now people, I think people are seeing more and more kind of a change, and I think that's good. But it's been rough. It's been hard finding the courage to disclose to people, but everyone that I have told so far has been totally awesome about it. I came out to a really good friend of mine who used to be my neighbor while I was growing up. She lived across the street from me, and then she was a duty at school, at my elementary school, and so she saw firsthand like the struggle that I was going through, and she was one of those who was like, yeah, I knew when you wouldn't go near a dress, and when you didn't want anything feminine, you wanted to be a little boy. I've always known. And she's like, I totally think it's awesome that you that you're going down this road, and that you've found yourself, and that you've begun this journey. And she was awesome about it. And then the first boyfriend I ever had struck up a Facebook chat with me, and so we started talking, and he was like, so what's the deal with all this? And so I told him, and he was really cool about it too, but it was kind of weird because I went to homecoming with this guy in a dress. And now I'm telling him that that was never me, and I knew that at the time, but you know, I didn't have a word for it. I grew up in middle America. I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird. But he was also supportive. So everybody that I've told so far has been awesome about it. But there are people that I grew up with in my hometown who are not going to be awesome about it. So, wow, my camera just freaked out. But there are people in my hometown who are going to be very adverse and who are going to be very difficult to explain all of this to. And I'm okay with that. You know, no one who would have a problem with it has said anything to me, which I like. I live as an open book, and I take the consequences of that as they come, but that doesn't mean that I have to take everybody's shit, you know. I'm not going to do that. So no one has had a problem with it yet, which I think is pretty cool. I'm planning my benefit recital for top surgery. I am house sitting for my voice teacher, and instead of paying me, I asked him if we could have a lesson and start talking about this stuff, and he was like, yeah, absolutely. Because my chest is where all of my dysphoria is, and in order to pursue my career successfully, I need to change my name and get rid of my chest. Those are two things that I absolutely have to do. In fact, he won't let me compete in the Met competition until I do those two things. So it's gonna be really interesting what happens in the next year. I think when I have a job, I'll feel more like therapy and top surgery is within reach. Um, but I'm also hoping that this benefit concert benefits me in some sort of way. Um, and it's an opportunity for me to show that I do have a formidable career and I deserve it and I've worked hard and this is a significant roadblock that's in my way and I don't want it there anymore and this is what I'm willing to do to make this go away. So so yeah, pretty good. And I need to stop saying filler phrases like that'll be pretty good. Uh, so that's what's been going on lately. My partner and I are awesome. We are getting ready to celebrate 1 year in May, and I'm super stoked about that. My 25th birthday is in June, in early June, June 4th. So I'm kind of stressing out about being a quarter of a century old. I feel like I should have more done at 25 than I do. Um, but considering what I'm doing now with my life, I kind of feel like a rock star. And there aren't a lot of 25-year-olds who can say that they actually do something helpful to other people, for other people on a daily basis. And that's what I do. I think that's awesome. So I think that maybe I'm not where I thought I'd be 5 years ago, but I'm definitely in a good spot. Yep. So I'm gonna go get ready for this funeral, and I hope you're all doing well. And I promise that I will upload more videos on the regular, because I have almost 60 subscribers now, and that's rad. And I would like to keep all of you entertained with the crazy goings on in my life, trans or not. So stay tuned because I'm gonna be getting more vids. But hope you all have a great weekend. Bye.